The committee investigating the January the 6th riots last year in Washington has voted to subpoena the former president, Donald Trump, requiring him to appear before them. Sky's James Matthews is in Washington with the latest. Well, tell us about this decision, James.
Yeah, thanks, Dermot. The big finish at what has been scheduled as the final hearing of this Congressional committee. They have voted to subpoena the former President Donald Trump. They have been hearing over the course of 4 months, of course, a pull together of the events surrounding the attack on the Capitol on January the 6th last year. What we heard today was effectively a pull together of what happened and Trump's role in the attack on the Capitol. The point being made by each individual representative on this committee was that he was across all the detail and he was very much pulling the strings behind these very violent events. In terms of the run-up to January the 6th, he simply wouldn't accept the decision of the American public in the 2020 election. Long before that election, he was shaping up to reject it as a fraud. That duly ensued. We're looking at footage now, Dermot, of the assaults by the mob on the Capitol. We saw new footage today, which was quite compelling. It showed the mob outside storming the building, but also it gave us a new insight into the plight of those who were inside. The politicians, Nancy Pelosi, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Chuck Schumer, Democratic leader in the Senate, and so on, trying to protect themselves and also trying to protect their government, essentially, and to hold back the rioters and any influence they may have on the political system at that particular point. But yeah, essentially the big highlight of this hearing presented by this committee is the bid to subpoena Donald Trump. It's something, of course, that he may reject. Indeed, that wouldn't be a surprise. He has dismissed this as a politically motivated witch hunt, a familiar refrain from the former president. But, you know, he's legally bound to respond positively. Steve Bannon, one of his former aides, has been subpoenaed. He didn't turn up, and he has since been convicted of contempt of Congress for so doing. So it's interesting. It's another piece of legal jeopardy faced by Donald Trump. We have, of course, documents found at Mar-a-Lago events in Georgia with regard to his undue influence or attempted undue influence over the result there during the election. So, you know, he's fighting legal fires, and this clearly adds considerably to those.